I'm pleased to share with you the results of the IBF Worldwide Survey that has been carried out this year. This survey deals with the volumes of bitumen and bitumen emulsions for years 2017, 2018 and 2019. Here is the outline of my presentation. First of all, I will explain how the IBF has collected data from quite a lot of countries. Then I will disclose the results of this data collection with some details. In a third step, I will analyze the figures. That's what I call main findings. As a conclusion, I will show what kind of trends we may draw from such analysis and what we could expect for the future. In Nice for the PPRS 2018, the IBF made a presentation about data from 2013 to 2016. We had to update the figures for years 2017, 2018 and 2019. For that exercise, we used the same method, interviewing IBF members, national associations, individual companies. But more than that, we could use the IBF network on a larger and larger extent. However, some data are not that accurate, even for some large countries. Therefore, we need to take the figures with care and on the long term, so that to get an idea of the main trends. The 2017-2019 survey deals with 137 countries for bitumen and 99 for bitumen emulsions. For bitumen, we come up with 110.9 million metric tons in 2019, and for the same year, bitumen emulsion volumes have peaked at 8.7 million metric tons. What we can see is that the podium is the same as it was in 2016. USA, China and France. The top 10 represent 71% of the worldwide volumes, while the top 4 gather 50% of the same volumes. Let's also notice that there are 4 countries from America in the top 10: USA, Mexico, Brazil and Canada. When having a look across the world, we can see that 50% of the bitumen is used in Asia. On the emulsion pie chart, we can see the distribution is fairly different, with 40% of the volumes from America, brought mainly by the USA, Mexico, Brazil and Canada. Beyond figures, we may explore some ratios that show the penetration of the emulsion in the bitumen market. The main one we use is a ratio between emulsion volumes and total bitumen volumes. The higher the ratio, the higher the penetration. For the top 10 producers, there are 3 that are much higher than the others: Mexico, France and Brazil. If we make the same exercise by continent, we can see that Latin America is by far the best user of emulsions. The other continents are somewhat close to the world average, that is 7.8%. Let's notice that in Asia, the ratio will likely grow in the years to come, as long as the road market will move gradually from construction to maintenance, which is in favor of emulsions. Another way to assess the penetration of bitumen emulsions in a given country is to relate the total consumption per inhabitant. Doing so, France becomes the leader. This is probably due to the large extent of the road network that is approximately 1 million kilometers long. Canada and the USA are numbers 2 and 3. What about the trends? When consolidating data from 2013 to 2019, we can see a global increase over the last 6 years. But we also notice a decrease in 2015 and 2016. This is mainly due to a dramatic decrease in Brazil. The road industry has been severely impacted during these years, as you can see on this chart, showing the consumption of bitumen over the last 12 years. On the same period, the production in China has been also slightly underestimated. As far as the global growth is concerned, the impact of Asia is clear on this chart. From 2013 to 2019, the increase in Asia exceeds 60%. Other markets have been somewhat sluggish, and the industry should take action at all levels so that to restore a sustainable growth the emulsion deserves. On the longer term, we may refer to the SFERB Emulsion Handbook that reports 6.9 million tons in 1994. Over the past 25-year period, the global markets have increased by 24%. 1% a year, that's not what we could call an achievement. So what are we going to do so that to speed up the development of a technology we trust? If we follow the same trend, we may expect to reach 10.4 million tons in 2044. This goal is not ambitious at all. In this, during the PPRS 2018, we set a goal of 10.8 million tons on the short, medium term. There are good reasons for that. As said before, we may expect growing maintenance needs, especially in Asia. On a worldwide scale, it's clear that health, safety, and environment constraints will be more and more in favor of emulsions. Some countries are already considering giving an advantage to emulsions instead of hot spray, so that to reduce the use of cutters. On our side, we have to work on the credibility of the technology. One failure jeopardizes a technique for 10 to 20 years. On the other hand, we all need to share success stories for the full benefit of all. I thank you very much for your attention, and indeed I'm ready to answer any questions you may ask. Thank you again for listening.